Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Obscure Toy Files. I'm your host, Boggs, or Boggs' Hand. And today we're looking at another item in the Keyforce line of toys from Mattel slash Hot Wheels. This is the Hot Wheels Keyforce Warriors 1993 White Heat. Now, I have opened this. I got it back in the 90s at KB. Purchased it on clearance for $4, reduced from $7. And this was another line of Keyforce toys that would have continued the brand into 1993. 1992 is when the first wave came out, and the whole gimmick behind this assortment was that these were like robotic drones that were programmed to turn from a vehicle. Let me turn this flash a little bit so you can see. Yeah, it would turn into a vehicle and then turn into a robot. There was 4 of them. There were 2 heroic Keymasters and 2 evil warlocks. I have White Heat, who's a heroic Keymasters team. We'll look at his bio card. They always have these little see-through things, but they don't give you any way to see them. Secret weapon, polymorphic tool arm, transforms to any shape to fit any job. Okay. So White Heat, let's see if we can make sure this is focused in so you guys can read it, or pause it and read it if you want. This towering Z-B3 warrior is programmed to analyze and execute complex street fighting scenarios that demand speed and strength beyond ordinary human abilities. Okay. Specs: virtual reality strategic battle visor, universal compute cable links, internal cyberdraulic circulation, firepower, high velocity, and I swear they make up some of these words. Andronic missile launcher, 2 Hedgehog siege missiles, 8 piston pulse cannons, and caseless submachine gun. His evil counterpart is Dark Shield, who is that dude right there, who I do not know. Key points: the 1993 Mattel. And the barcode, for those of you who like seeing those things. You can tell it's Mattel. Yeah, I never cut this out because it was on the card back. I figured I'd just leave it. But it shows you all the different things it could do. You know, like snap fit missile mounts on each side. Piston pulse cannons are in the chest, I guess. The virtual reality visor. I like how it's... Oh, you can't see that. I like how it's in quotations. Andrew arm launcher. Fire siege missiles. And then there's another one of these little things on the top. This one is dated April 15th, 2007. It appears to be 105 hours. It says, let's see if we can do this so you guys don't have to. It's harder because it's on a card back, so let's try doing it this way. Okay. 2 White Heat from Keymander. Intelligence informs me that Headlock is making his move tonight. We had hoped we would wait until the next new moon. Since we discovered his secret workshop, we've worked long and hard to create you Keymasters warriors to battle the evil robot force that is rolling out to ravage the city at this very moment. You've not been fully tested, but I have no choice. I must activate you with my key command. Sending. Dramatic. I don't know. Again, this whole line was cool. I don't know what the backstory is. If these guys are robots, then what the heck are the other guys? Are they people in those cars? They just can't come out? I don't get it. But I enjoy them. I never wanted to sell this one because I never saw these around anywhere because they were like, I know what, what do they call it? Tail ender lines are? Tail ender lines are always harder to find items for because the lines ended, retailers aren't buying as many as they did before, and it's just more difficult to to find these pieces. So White Heat here, his extremely yellowed bubble, he comes with a couple of missiles, and he comes with himself. Now to turn him into a car mode, it's very easy. You just push him down, and the stuff slides in, and boom, you lock it in place, and now he's a little car. Drives around, does his driving thing. These missiles, I believe how do they have them sitting in there? Okay, they go with the They just store in here, I guess. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I just put them like that. I haven't played with this guy in a while, so I'm like trying to remember how to use them. I don't think he came with instructions. It was kind of just like it is what it is. And since he's so small, there's no spot to put his key anywhere. But they did do a lot of cool sculpting. I'll turn the flashback on so we can see some of the details. They put a lot of cool details in the bombs. It looks like there's missiles and guns and stuff. You know, there's let me see, 1983. Sorry for focusing in. Mattel. Team Hot Wheels Racing. Yeah, it's interesting. He doesn't have... I don't think he has the Keyforce logo on unless it was inside. Now, to operate him and turn him into his person, he comes with his key, like all of them do. And it's just a little slot right in here between these things. So since he faces this way, it's almost interesting because it's like... I'll drop you down a little bit so you can see. So he's on the ground level. So make sure you guys can see. I was looking at the headlock review yesterday. I'm like, I don't think people could see what was going on. I gotta make sure I get a better shot. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. So you put the key in here. So he's driving away, and you go whoop whoop. Oh, or the other way. Ta-da! He springs open. Oh my god! And then he rolls around like this. So he's pretty cool. He's an interesting looking robotic character. He's got the visor thing. I don't know how this is a virtual reality visor. Right? These are guns I can see. It makes sense. And then, he's got his little arms and his leg. And he's kind of a robot. There's his Keymasters logo. Hot Wheels logo in the front here. More. I didn't have to put any of these stickers on. These came all pre-applied, if I remember correctly. But there's lots of sticker detail. But it's funny how it's like guns and missiles and stuff. It's just like tons of like armaments. There's like gauges in there. Which is kind of neat. So there's lots of detail with stickers, which is fun. But again, it doesn't really do much to explain. Like, you know what it is? I don't mind not having a real story, but just tell me if the guys in the cars are people or not. I need to know. Now, for White Heat, like most of the Keyforce Warriors, they do have spring-loaded missiles. But his spring-loaded missile is interesting because his right arm has this thing. And this kind of functions how the Boba Fett from Kenner missile launcher would have worked. Where you push it in, and then you turn the tab up here. So what's locked? So it's spring loaded, but it's not. So you just take this, and then we just go. Let's see, hold it here, and then if you want to shoot again, you got a second missile ready here, which is cool. This way, if you're blasting with your friends, you don't have to worry about running out of ammunition right off the bat. Zoom in on him. On this guy. Here we go. Okay. I am White Heat. I'm here to save the city. And also, I can't see what's going on. Wait, quick. Fire at that card back. You showed it. Now escape. Or try to escape. Okay. So that's what this Keyforce Warrior is. These are harder to find. Which is why I'm glad I didn't sell mine, because I haven't seen him show up on eBay carded. I was looking for Keyforce on eBay the other day. That's when I found Headlock. And that's the biggest problem with this line, is that since the word is it's Keyforce and Hot Wheels or Mattel. So even if you go on eBay and you type in Mattel space Keyforce, you find stuff that has nothing to do with Mattel, that has the word force in the title, and you're just sitting there like, Keyforce, Mattel, 1992. And it's like, oh, I don't have anything. And you're just like... So I've seen some of these loose. I haven't seen them carded. I'm trying to get them carded because I like the file cards and things. So I'm glad I at least have one. The other characters they show, like White Heat I thought was neat. Enforcer's pretty cool. He's like a 6-wheeled car. And he turns into like a guy who can actually like sit up. And has a gun in his hand, which is cool. Focus. There we go. And the bad guys are pretty neat. Pulverider's cool because if you look closely, he actually folds in half in vehicle mold, and then the two halves fold together and form the robot. So he's kind of like split in half, which is it's an interesting design. And then Dark Shield kind of looks like he's the same thing as White Heat in that he just kind of sits up. Whereas, Pulverider and Enforcer seem to have a little slightly different transformation, which is cool. But like I said, they're fun toys. I mean, if you can get them for, not a lot of money, you don't want to spend a fortune on these things. Who else can I show? I'm going to do a full I'm going to do a review with, I'll show you quickly, is my fellow Keymaster that I have, which I was not ready to do. This is Jet Threat, who is a motorcycle, and he's the only other heroic Keymaster that I have, as I make. Please pardon this technical interruption. So he's pretty cool. It's interesting because he was the small scale. So it had 4 scales in the first wave. Small, medium, I guess large would be like Keymander and Headlock. And then the extra large was like the red sports car and the helicopter van. So I always liked him as a kid because he can zoom around. He does not have a place to put his key, but he did come with a sticker to put of his key there. Now he's a cool motorcycle because he's got a wider wheel in the back, so that enables him to stand up. So you can actually roll pretty good, except for I guess on this fabric. So he's pretty cool. I have his key, and then you plug the key into the back of him. Here we go, everybody can see. Plug the key in, and then we just... I used to hold it like this and fly him around. Now he's a jet. And he does have flick missiles, which are kind of just like, like obviously they're flick missiles, so you just... Come on, focus in on me. Camera, come on. They do their job. He's got little missiles here, so you can even, if you're a kid playing with this, you can even just like take these off, be like, shoot rockets at your bad guys. You can do different things with him. He's pretty basic, but not bad. But again, here's the other thing. Look at this. Where is the human inside this vehicle? I'm calling BS on this. There's no human. This is like a sentient machine. This is like Kit or something from like Knight Rider. There's no human riding in this. Where are they? There's nowhere for them to go. I mean, like, look at this. There's no space in here. This guy, if he's in there, he's dead because he got broken in half. So it's like it's not possible that there's actually a person driving inside that thing. So that's why I think the Q-Force Warriors were kind of redundant because I'm like, aren't they already robots technically? No? Okay. So I don't really know what the Q-Force Warriors are, but they're still fun. And I'm glad I have at least one in my collection. I'm trying something out called the Rule of 2, which I've come up with, which is basically I only make sure I only get a few of an item and don't just go fully into a toy line. Because you can get sucked in real quick, and all of a sudden you're sitting there buying a whole bunch of stuff, and you're like, why did I get so many things? His biggest problem is that since he's so old, locking him back up is tricky. There we go. Now, with Key-Force, the line isn't very big. It's basically 12 pieces. You get 4 Key-Force Warriors, and then you get, 8? And then you get 8 regular cars, motorcycles, stuff like that. So if you wanted to go all on the line, you're not going crazy. There's not tons of stuff. It's just a few pieces. So, I hope you guys like this little smaller review. This, again, was White Heat, ready to fly around and be a cool guy. So they're fun. We're going to continue our Q-Force coverage with Cutthroat. He'll be next. And then that'll round out all our Q-Force toys we have, and I'll do a big group shot with all of them so you can see what they all look like together. Because right now, that's all I got. I want to get some more. I'd love to get Keymander, because I think the police car, they really picked good cars for the good guys and bad guys, like an evil mobster limousine, and then a police car are very like 1990s like tropes for good guys and bad guys. So I think they were good choices to pick. So yeah, if you have the opportunity to pick up any of these Key-Force Warriors from eBay or at a toy show or a toy store somewhere, totally grab them. I wouldn't pay a ton of money for them because they're really not worth a lot. Most of them on eBay now that are boxed are selling for like $75 because I guess somebody paid that much for them at one point. And now that's the current going price for them, air quotes. I paid $16.95 for Headlock, and the seller had an offer button. He had it at $19.95. I offered him $16, and he took it pretty quickly. So clearly, it wasn't selling out too fast. Because again, It's a cool line from the 90s. It's really well made because it's Mattel, and just people just don't know about it. Like, if they knew about it and more people were interested in it, I think there would be more demand for them. But between Key-Force and Attack Pack, the other line that was a Hot Wheels playset action figure line, Attack Pack wins over Key-Force. They just were more popular with kids. They went from like 92 until like maybe like 95. There was more stuff unproduced. There's only a couple of vehicles that never were made. I've never even seen pictures of them, just names. So Key-Force clearly didn't win the contest between the two of them, and Attack Pack kind of just, rolled over them. But again, don't sleep on these if you can grab them. They are fun. Again, this was Mattel Hot Wheels Key-Force Warriors 1993 White Heat with special guest star Jet Threat, who's here. And make sure you guys like, subscribe, and all that stuff, and comment. And Jet Threat's going to fly us out of here. Try to hit the camera, Jet